Apps. So the Microsoft goal of PowerApps is to make it easier for users, right? For users with basic IT literacy to build apps. Now, we build our apps via the studio, which can be accessed either via web browser or Microsoft Teams. For those of us who are conversant with Microsoft Teams, you can also build your application via Microsoft Teams. Now, what are the data that you can consume? Like I said, so we all agree with me that Excel is a data source. We can have our data source in Excel, right? There are other data sources too that we can talk about. There is list within Microsoft Office 365 too. There's also Microsoft SharePoint list, where we get to see that we have SQL database. So any data sources you can actually think of is also possible. Even Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they are data sources. Why? Because you can actually spool tweets from Twitter. You can connect to Twitter, and anywhere your name is being mentioned, you want to be hashtag, you want to be able to get those tweets. It's a data source. You can connect to it and spool from it, right? So what are the ways that we can use to build our apps? Number one is that you can build directly from a data source. For instance, when we create our list, our data source in SharePoint, we can automatically build our app from that data source. Number two is that we can create from existing templates that Microsoft already did. We can do that. And why number three is that we can build from a blank canvas. A blank canvas in the sense that you want to build from scratch, right? That is also very, very possible. So let me just, I want to show us something right now. Okay, let me open an app. Can you see my screen? Can you see my app? Okay. Okay. Can you see this app? Hello?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. So I want to just quickly run this. This was just something I quickly created just for for the purpose of this. It's not exhausted. We can still add more features. But I just want to show us this. So I log in. I come on this. I create a member profile. I want to add members, so I click on this plus, right? So membership ID ordinarily should be automatically generated, right? But I didn't do that aspect of it, which is not something we can do. So let me just assume LASUMEGA, let me say LAS/EC/01, so to speak. So ordinarily we should be able to. So let me say Brian. So let's say my department is EC, my guarantee set, just matric number, right? My gender is male. My email address, put this phone number, this. My industry where I work is consulting, and I submit. So once I submit, it shows up here, right? So if I need to view the details again, I can click here. Then I can see all these details. If I can also edit it and delete it as an admin, yes, which I didn't factor in all of those. But say I can also edit it. Say I'm a CP. Once I do that, to submit, right? So I can do that. So that's basically this. Yes, even though this is just minimal, but what I just want to throw at us is, I want to ask, how long do we think this can take us to develop? I want to sample people's opinion. How long do you think this can take us to, maybe from your experience as a professional developer or as a novice or somebody who has a simple idea? How long do you think this will take us to develop, right?
Okay, maybe under 2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who else? Hello.
Okay. Let me say 15 minutes
15 minutes. Okay. Who else?
to make it perfect like this.
Who else? But do we have professional developers here? Okay, if we don't have, how long do we think this will take? Okay, I'll just go ahead if you don't, but we'll get to see that as we progress, right? Okay, so let me go back to so we're going to look at the PowerApps Studio, which is where we design our app. We're going to look at the component of the PowerApps Studio, right? So we're going to look at the left navigation and the like. So let me just go straight to our app, the studio. Okay, so for us to go to our PowerApps Studio, we go to make.powerapps.com, make.powerapps.com, make.powerapps.com. Then it shows this environment for us. Now we'd see build business apps fast, right? It shows the different data sources that we have here that we can start from. It shows you Canvas app from blank. Then it shows other templates that you can create from, right? When I click on create, for instance, so it shows other templates that already exist. Now these templates are okay. They are good for us to be able to take a cue from how they were built and also be able to build our own, right? You can also, use this as a starter for yourself if you need to build something around leave requests, for instance, service desk, fundraiser, and the likes. So this is the environment. So let me say, for instance, I want to create from Canvas app. So I'll give it a name. Let me say training app, for instance. Training app. So I will choose tablet or phone. So in this case, I will choose tablet. I just want to take us throughout the environment. So once you click that, so Microsoft, it tends to get things ready for you. Now this is the environment, right? You agree with me that this looks like something we're familiar with. If you look at your PowerPoint, you see that on this there's a left navigation in PowerPoint, and there's an area where you create your slides, right? And there's also something on the right here that has to do with properties. Now, properties in the sense that whatever thing that is focused at the middle here on this studio here, it shows the property on this left. Now, that property is also shown on this drop down that I just clicked. This drop down is also a property that relates to anything that is selected here, right? So we have the ribbon, just like we have in Microsoft Word, where you can insert labels, you can insert button, text, forms, and the likes, as the case may be, right? We have actions, we have settings, and the like. So this is just the environment. It is here you are able to create any application that you so wish to develop or to be. Now, we just to take us to do a tour of this. We will go to building our data source proper. Now, our data source, like I said, is going to be primarily SharePoint list or list, as the case may be. So I will navigate to, I'll take us to how we get to SharePoint list. So let me close all of this. Let me go to, I'll just go to office.com. Since it's not all of us that have SharePoint, I'll just go to office.com. Please, can we confirm that we're following?
We are following, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I hope it's not looking balu balu.
Not at all, sir. It's
Okay,
okay.
okay. So we are going to, like I said, please let's take note. We need the data source when we are creating our app. Yes, not all app requires data source. It depends on the use case. But for this that we're trying to create, like I call it, is a membership system where we just want to be able to get members' details and be able to manage. It's simple, but then it brings in a lot of value as far as the use case is concerned. So, like I said, we're going to be making use of lists as our data source. You can make use of SQL; those ones are advanced. You can make use of Excel. You can make use of other data sources that exist. Oracle database is possible. PostgreSQL, but there's a way you can interact with them. But for this starter class, we're going to make use of Office 365 list. Now, if I go to office.com, I will sign in. That's why we require that everyone create a Microsoft 365 developer account. The account I'm using is a licensed account that I pay for monthly. So you don't have that, but thanks to Microsoft, who has given us developer license to be able to work with. Now, when I come to office.com, because I already signed in, it won't ask me to sign in again. So for you, you might need to, sign in. So I'll come to I'll scroll down here, or I click on this I'll click on this dot here. I've forgotten the name. So once you click on it, you see list here. Okay, you see list here. So I'll click on it. So once I do that, it shows up, right? It shows up here. It shows the existing list that we already have. It shows templates that we can also take the cue from. If you need to, for instance, if I need to create something around, let me see, celebrations, I can just click on this and use it as a template. And I can also create a new list. Okay, I can also create a new list. So what I need to do now is,
Hello, sir.
yes, do you have a question?
This list, is it? I guess it is an app in Microsoft Office 365, right?
Yes. Before
I
now,
think
there wasn't anything like list. But what they did, list used to be part of SharePoint, which is still part of it, but they had to isolate list now as an app on its own. So it's existing on its own now. So you can still find it within SharePoint, and you can also find it outside SharePoint.
please, how did you get there? Like, if I go to App Launcher, I should see lists, right?
Yes, when you go to office.com, sign in, and on this app launcher here, you will see it here, list.
Okay, list. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So what I think we should do right now, for those of us who have created our account, can we just quickly do that while I hold on a bit? So let's quickly do that. Let's go to Office 365, log in with the accounts that you created earlier, the developer account. And once you get to this particular place, just let me know. So I will show you all the columns that we need to create within our list. Thank you. Please, if you have any challenge, just feel free to escalate so that you can assist. If you haven't created your account, let me know so that we know how to remedy that. Hello?
We are here.
Okay, has anyone been able to do that?
I'm just logging in.
I'm trying to log in.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, yes?
Hello? I have a
Hello, yeah.
question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so I just logged into Office 365 now and I'm on the list page. So is it that every list you create for the purpose of an automation process will be saved into the list app automatically?
Exactly. So you would see, like you would see here, these are lists that are created in the past. Some of these ones are within a SharePoint site, right? Some of these lists are within a SharePoint site. So, but of course, you can see all of them. They are all SharePoint. They are all lists. And anytime you need to look at your list, you just come to the list app. You see everything here. It's just like like I said, it's just like a table. By the time I launch mine now, you would see it. So you've gotten to this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Any other person?
I have another question.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Assuming I want to start a process, building a process, and I need a sample list, like an idea of what the data should be like the fields I need and everything. How can I get some sample forms?
Okay, thank you. So the thing is, you need to look at what you want to build first. So for instance, what I said we want to build here as a case study is membership information system. So we need to look at what are the fields that we need to collect for this membership system. Yes, we need the person's first name, last name, middle name, right? Because it's an alumni body. You also might want to get the matric number. You also might want to know the graduation year. You also might want to know where the person currently works, the industry, and every other thing that you need. Because the essence, and you need to make sure that you are able to capture all the fields that you need. Reason being that if you want to do analysis, if you want to do a reporting on that, based on the number of people who are from a particular department who are on the system, you should be able to capture that. You want to see the number of alumni who work in a particular industry, you must be able to capture that. You want to see how many males you have, how many female you have on the system. You want to see, so it is important that you capture all the columns that you need, so that because when you already have a system where people have already registered, you've captured everybody's profile, and you now need a particular report. If you have not captured that column, there's no way you can create such reports, if you understand what I mean. So it's important that you take a thorough you take time to look at all the fields that you need to capture, so that you are able to, so that in future, if you need to do reporting on that, you are able to easily do that. One simple process that I built of recent was for COVID-19 vaccination status of members of staff within the organization. So we needed to know how many people have been vaccinated, which kind of vaccines they took, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and the likes, And yes, and and the essence was for let's be able to know those who have been vaccinated and those who haven't. The reason why you haven't taken vaccine, if you haven't, and so in that case, now you see that you can generate a report out of it, and you can improve, you can take a decision from it. So it's important that then if you are now doing, for instance, if you are building for a customer, for instance, the customer is expected to provide you with all the fields that are necessary as far as the process is concerned. You need to look at what they currently have. If it's on paper, then you look at the paper and look at the fields that you need to capture, and and because a process is a manual process, is on paper. It doesn't mean that you have to do everything on that paper and put it, you create this for them. No, because it's paper, there are some things that are mundane there. So you need to be able to think of a way to, eliminate and add columns that you feel are necessary. But all of this comes with experience. The more you build, the more you get to actually understand this. So please let us, if you have, I think we need to proceed.
Yes, I'll be able to log in.
Okay, awesome. So so you can see the new list icon here. Can
Yes.
you see it?
Only
Okay,
the
awesome.
new list icon.
Okay, awesome. So what we're going to be creating, I'll click on new list. So once I click on new list, I can see blank from Excel, from existing list, okay? And I can see templates that are here that I need to use. You can see issue tracker, you can see employee onboarding, you can see event itinerary, asset manager, right? So you can use any of these, but for this purpose, I'm just going to create it from blank. So I will call it membership register. Okay. So if I need to put a description, I will put it by so wish. Then if I need to put an icon, if I need it, I can select an icon. Where do I want to store it? So these are all SharePoint sites. But if I don't want to put it in any SharePoint site, I'll just click on my list, then I'll create it. So the moment I create this, it takes me to the list straight away, right? And it comes with a title column by default. This title column comes with it by default. For any blank list you create, there's a title column that comes with it by default. Now, we will create other columns. By now, I expect that you would have identified all the columns that you need, which is what I will show us here. So what I've done is, these are the columns that I've identified. You can see it's first name, last name, middle name, department, matric number, gender, email, phone, industry, graduating set, and membership ID. Now we will start with the first name. So I will copy it. So I'll go back, I'll do add column. Now, when I do add column, you see the options that it shows here. There's single line of text, there's multiple line of text, there's location, there's number. So these are column types. Okay. So for first name, what do we use? Yes, of course, single line of text, right? It can be number and it can be multiple lines. It can be choice. Okay, choice is like a drop down. Like I want to create gender, male or female, so I can do choice. If I want to create a date related column, date and time, right? If I want to create something related to currency, I'll choose this. But for this, I'll just do a single line of text and I'll paste here, then I'll do save. There are some other options here. If I need to, make it compulsory and all of those things, I can do that. So I'll save it. So I've created that. I'll go to last name and copy it. Go back here, single line of text. I'll do this. I'll go back, middle name. I'll create this middle name. I'll create it. I'll go to department. Now, what do we think department should be? What do you think department should be?
Drop down.
The drop down, that means it's a choice, right? It's a choice, so I'll put department. And the reason is that because we have finance number of departments, so it's important that we just make it a choice. Now, let me tell you the cons of not making it a choice. For instance, I'm in electronics and computer engineering. I graduated from electronics and computer engineering. do you know that if I leave it open, some people will write ECE, some people will write electronics and computer, some people will write electronics, you know, there are funny ways that people could have just come up to put their department. Now, but if you restrict it, they'll be able to pick only just one of them, you know. If it's ECE you use, they'll pick ECE. If it's electronics and computer, they'll put that, right? But if you open now, when you're now doing reporting, you want to see the number of people who graduated from electronics and computer engineering. It's easy for you to do. You don't have to clean your data because already the data is clean based on how you've built your database or your application. So that's why you need to know when you need to know choice and when you need to use single line of text. So I'll go ahead. So let's say ECE, which is electronics and computer. So I'll go to the next one, which is mechanical engineering. I'll go to CP, chemical and polymer engineering. I'll go to, okay, let me just limit to these three. Now save it. So I'll go to the next one, matric number. Matric number, should it be number or single line of text? I think I prefer single line of text because if you make it a number, there's a preceding zero for those who have O something, so it might just cut it off. So I put it at single line of text, so I'll save it. Gender, what is gender? Gender is what?
Choice.
Thank you. So is it a female or male? Is there any other one? Female, male. Is there any other one?
Bobrisky.
Okay, you can add that in your own. Okay, so I'll save it. Okay, so for those who need these columns, I'll just copy it and paste it. Let me just copy it and paste it in the chat so everyone can. Okay, I've copied and pasted. Okay, so email should be single line of text, right?
Single line of text, yes.
Single line of email. Phone number should be what?
Number.
But if you make it number, that you know our number is 080, that preceding zero will be off.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So that's why we can leave it as single line of text.
Single line.
So we just leave it as single line. So industry, what should the industry be? What should the industry be?
Because of the number of industry, I think single line would be better. Because you know, the industry is a very broad, is much, yes.
But I would have thought that we can actually limit.
You can make it a choice, then we limit the number.
We have banking, we have banking, we have telecoms, we have, you know, we can still have the regular ones.
The common one, yes, the common one, yes.
So I think we should do choice. So let's say industry, we have banking, telecommunication, we have insurance, we have government, we have consulting, we have information technology,
medicine,
we have medicine,
we have education.
What again?
We have
okay, we can just leave it here. You know, the beauty of this is that,
okay,
because I don't want to bog us with some of the intricacies, but as you move on, you will see that even for this choice, you can make it a single line, and when you get to your application, you can change it to a drop down. You can create your choice, you can create your options as another list. You understand? You now consume that list inside your application. But don't let me bog us with that. That's another level. But as you progress, you get to ask yourself questions that, is this possible? Is this not possible? Once you are that inquisitive, you understand, you find out and you'll be able to get. So graduating sets. Graduating set should be what? I think it should be a choice. Yes. So that we can have
choice.
Let's have
Choice,
2000, 2001, 2002, 2003,
2004, 2005,
2006, 2007,
2008, 2009, 2010.
2012, 2013, 2014,
2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022.
So we can save it. So the next one is membership ID.
ID.
Okay. So what I will do, I said that there's a title column that comes by default, right?
Yeah.
Can you see it? Now you need to be careful. What I want to do is I want to rename this title to membership ID.
Okay.
Because really, I don't really need this title. So it depends on what you're trying to build. But for me, I want to rename this title to membership ID. I can actually rename it here, okay, by going to column settings, rename, okay? But beyond that, I also want to make it optional. So what I will do is I'll click on this wheel on the top here. Can you see it? Can you see the wheel, the settings wheel on the top here, on the top right? So I'll go to list settings. I'll go to list settings. So once I'm here, I will see this. I'll see everything that I can do about this list. So I'll go to the column. So you can see all the columns that we created, right? You can see all of them here. But this particular title column, I want to make it optional because you can see it's required here. I want to make it optional and I want to rename it. So I click on the title. So once I click on the title, I will rename it to membership ID. Then I will make it require that this column contains information. I will say no. So I'm making it optional. So I'll click on OK. Now we have been able to create our table. Our table is now fine, okay? So at this point, you need to be sure that you are not creating any other thing. So I'll go back to membership register. Okay, have you all done that?
Not yet.
Okay, let me give us next 5-10 minutes to be able to do that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.
And please, send the document to us on WhatsApp for a group chat so we can do the same thing you just did.
Okay, yes, but I've dropped the columns. I can share that with you later, but I've dropped the columns in the chat here. So just look at the Zoom chat and
I'm not in the chat.
No, it's there. Look at it here. The chat is there.
Okay, the chat's on Zoom. Okay.
Yeah.
When after I log into my 365 office, that list is not there. It's not among the.
Can you share your screen? Please just share your screen. Share your screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I've shared it. I've shared my screen.
Okay.
That's it. It's not there.
It's still coming up.
That's my screen.
Okay, awesome. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Okay, can you search for it? Go to search for apps files.
Okay.
Type list here. Let's see.
Okay. I've typed it. Okay.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Is this the developer account that you created?
Yes.
Who else is using developer account? Hello?
I'm also using the developer account.
I'm also using it. I'm also using it, but I can't find the list as well.
You can't find the list?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let me see. Can you click? Please give me a second. I'm coming.
Okay. Yeah, with you.
Okay, can you click on the plus? That plus, can you click on it?
Okay. I'll click on it. It shows document, presentation, spreadsheet, form, quiz, page. These are what are coming up.
Come down.
Okay. I've come down. That's all.
This the one at the bottom. There's that app at that one at the bottom.
It says a page.
No, not this one. The one down here.
Okay. Here.
Yes. Let's click that. Let's see. Okay. Wow. It's not even showing SharePoint. It's not showing.
Yes.
Let's see. Click on more for Microsoft. Let's see. More for Microsoft.
Okay. I'll click on it. Okay. It doesn't show lists.
Wow. Let me see. Why? Okay, let me see. Did you see admin center?
No.
When you created this you didn't see any admin center?
I didn't see any admin center, sir.
Okay, just click on back.
Okay.
Click on back. Let's see.
I'll click on back.
Click on back again.
Okay, I'll click on back.
Did you nearly create this account or you've been using it before?
I've been using it before.
Okay, you know what? The link I shared it. Can you go?
Okay.
Can you go back to that link?
Which of the links, sir?
The one that was shared on WhatsApp. Can you please copy that link and drop it here? Let's see.
Okay. The one for the Zoom, right?
No, not the one for Zoom. The one for creating Office 365 developer account.
It's not. I can't find it here, sir.
Okay, Abari, can you share your screen? Okay, you can unshare your screen, sir. Abari, can you share your screen?
Okay. Okay, I've stopped sharing the screen.
Okay. Okay, so you just nearly create. Okay, click on this. What's it called? On the top left. Okay. Go to all apps. Let's look at all apps.
It's the same thing. List is not there.
There's something missing. I need to see. Wow. Let me see. Something is wrong. Okay, just give me a second. Let me try to figure out what the issue is here.
Okay.
Give me a second here, please.
All right, sir.
Hello, there's a link I just dropped now. Can you just please click on that link?
Okay. I'll click on it.
Check Zoom chat. Barry.
I've sent it. So I'll click on it.
Okay.
It's loading. All right. So I've been able to log in now.
Okay, we'll just hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so just feel free.
No.
Yeah, feel
Okay.
free.
Huh?
Hold on. Which
Okay.
area? So select power platform. Hello? Just
I lost that. What should I say? Everything.
Yes. Okay, set up. So I set up Office E365.
Okay.
Yeah, create a username. No, just use small letter R. Username should be just any this thing you want to use. Yeah, domain. Just the domain can be, maybe training. Just give it any. So create the password. That tree already exists. So you have to choose something that is. Remove the underscore. Just use, maybe you can use LASUMEGA training and let it be all small letter. Okay, that's fine.
I'm lost too.
Create the password. Did you say you are lost?
Yes, sir.
Have you clicked on the link that I shared on the chat?
I've clicked on it and I've been able to log in. So what I'm now having here is a Microsoft 365 developer program. It says, welcome, Naim Kazim. Then it now says set up E5 subscription. That's what it says.
Click on the setup E5 subscription. Now, E5 subscription is on is a license that ordinarily, if you have to pay for it, I think it's like $25 per month. But Microsoft is for free for the next 1 year.
Okay.
Just to learn this Microsoft 365. So you can see it's for development purpose alone. You can't use for business purpose. Okay. So it's important to state that clearly.
So I'll click on it now.
Okay, so that's fine. Once you set up, you can see that list. So that you cannot go back to all apps. You can go back to where we were before. No, the other tab. The other tab. So I think you need to refresh it, and let's see. Or go back to the dashboard. Go back to the dashboard. Let us see. Okay, scroll down. Let's see. Scroll down. Scroll up. Okay, let me see. Link your developer account of. Okay, so So the thing is, you need to sign in. Now you need to sign in with Abario1 at LASUMEGA training.hair. So copy this. This is what you need to sign in with now. So sign out. So go to office.com. No, just replace the sign in now. Or sign in as different user. Switch to a different account. Switch to a different account. click on this thing. Just look for it. The list is there now. Click on okay, see it. Okay, fantastic. So that's all. So who else? You can just close this. Okay, who else has been able to?
I've not been able to set it up.
Okay, share your screen. You can share your screen.
Sir, please, can you show me the Excel sheet where the list? I just want to see the data types. Just display it on the screen. Okay.
You see the columns. Hello.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, so you can share your screen now.
So this is coming up.
Sir, I can't get here too. I'm here. Oh, sorry, you've taken.
Okay, yes, you will share your screen when it's done.
So this is my screen. This is my screen now.
We can't see it yet.
I've shared it, sir.
But we can't see it yet. I don't know. Can anybody see it? I can't see it yet.
No, I can't see it.
Okay, let me go back. It's coming up.
No, go to that. Where's that link? That link.
I've clicked on the link. I've clicked on the link. So it's coming up. So this is what I'm having. So it said I should set up E5 subscription. So that's where.
You are not showing us the right tab. You are showing us another thing.
When I click on the link, it says I should log in.
I mean, what I'm seeing here is I can see NUT property. I think you are not showing us the right thing. Click on the right tab.
That's the login address. That's my own login address.
Click on the link again, or you go back to the web browser, or just click on the link again.
You can't see the setup E365. We can't see the E5 license. We can't see it. We are seeing another thing.
Just click on the link again. Link from the Zoom. Okay, just click on it.
I've clicked on it from the chat now. I've clicked on it.
Yeah, but we can't see it. We can't see it.
What can you see on your screen?
What I'm seeing here is good morning, recent pin shared with me. That's what I'm seeing.
That's what I'm saying too. Go to your yeah, close this one. Close this this tab.
Okay. I've closed.
It seems your screen is frozen. Not moving.
Maybe you should. Can you unshare and reshare?
Stop sharing and share again. It's not moving.
Okay.
Can you reshare?
Okay.
Is your video we are seeing?
So I've clicked on the link again. So I want to share the screen. It's coming up. It's coming up. So it has opened.
Okay, click on setup. Setup.
Okay. Okay. I've clicked on it. So this is what it's showing.
You scroll down. Go to next.
Okay. I click on it.
Now put your username. Scroll up. Yeah.
Okay.
Scroll up.
Okay.
Fill your country.
Okay. Country is not here. We have North America, Asia, Pacific, every other, South
Okay,
America.
I think you can leave that one. Sorry. Just you
Okay.
can choose Europe and Middle East. Just
Okay.
then choose a user, choose a name.
Anything could be the username.
Yeah, just something you can relate with. Just choose it. So let's be fast
Okay.
because of time.
Okay.
Okay, choose a password. Just choose a password. I know your password is wrong, so you need to choose the right password. It's wrong. No need. Just uncheck that. Don't check it.
You said?
Don't check that. Use alternate password. Uncheck it.
Okay. Okay.
Now scroll down. Continue.
Okay. Add phone number for security.
Yes, please do that. Phone number. Just add your phone number. They'll send you a code.
Okay.
So I expect that others should take a cue from this so that you can.
Okay.
So you expect the code.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, now you need to go and log in with this cool 2021. This one that you use.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to sign out and log in with that account, and you should be able to proceed. Okay, that's that. Okay, you can share your screen now.
Okay.
So can we proceed? Can we proceed?
Sir, please, can you go back to that title? Where to edit that title?
Okay, so have you been able to create yours now?
Yes. Just that I'm stuck with that title.
Oh,
How
okay,
to edit
fine.
it?
Okay, that's good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is it. Like I said, you go to settings, just go to settings, you'll see list settings, then it takes you to this place. So once you come here, this used to be the title, click on the title, then you rename it and make it optional. Okay, so just look, because we need to round up now. Let me just show you the final part of this. Hello, can we just look at this? Are we here?
Yeah.
So now, from this,
Yes, sir, we have to, sir.
We can automatically generate an app. How do we do that? You see the options here. I'll just go to integrate PowerApps, and I'll do create an app. Okay. Once I do create an app, I'll type membership register. Okay. And I'll click create. I'll click on create. So let's look at the magic. So you need that's why you need a very good internet at this point. So you can see it's creating the app already for us. Yes. So can you see the app? Hello.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yes. So you will see this is the app and it's working perfect. I can add a new person. So like I said, I can add this person, profile, let's ID, Ibrahim, last name. So once I do that, I'll submit, I can submit here. Then you can see, so it has created this for me. I can edit this profile. This is the record. I can edit it, update it, save it, go back. So already we have a functioning application, right? We have a functioning application. So we can now start tweaking it, whatever thing we want to have. For instance, if you look at this and you see that not all the columns I added are showing here. So I need to be able to, how do I do that? So we'll look at all of that next week. Then we'll also look at how to add other fields that have not been added by coming to this place. Okay. But right now, we have been able to create our application, which is working. I can create somebody's record and it works fine. So I want us to also do this against next week when we'll continue. If you come back to your list here, if you refresh it, you will see that record here. You can see membership.
Okay. Same.
And all of this. Okay.
All right.
So you see it. So you have to save at this point. Okay, it's already saved. And okay, so that's it. Okay, I'm taking your questions now.
Please, what data source did you use for the PowerApps? Is it SharePoint or the list?
The list. Okay.
How did you open PowerApps on the list?
So I said from the list, you can see this is the list, okay? So just go to integrate. You see
Okay.
Create an app that automatically creates the application for you.
Okay.
So next week we are going to look at how to tweak, how to make some corrections on the listing for some fields that are not showing. You will see that here the phone number, the industry, the graduating set didn't show up on the form. Why? We'll look at all of those things next week. But of course, right now we have been able to create an app and we have been able to successfully submit. We'll also look at how to create our application from blank instead of coming to this place to automatically create it. How do we create it from bottom up, right? So we're going to look at a lot of those things. So I want to take 2 questions. If there are no questions, we call it a day. Oh, yeah, please. You have questions?
Yeah. What I want to ask now is why is it that the former account doesn't go in line with what we are doing now, that I have to create another one?
Okay, so
is it because of the list?
No,
is it because of the list? Okay.
No, because for you to be able to use some of this thing, you need Office 365 license. So you creating that, subscribing to E5 license. E5 is the apex of all licenses for Office 365. Like I told you, let me see if I can get that. E5 license is actually very expensive, right? But Microsoft is giving us for free for us, for you to just be able to learn this. So let me see. Let me see so that you see it. So you can even see, I think, okay, it's even $35. You can see it's $35 per month.
Per month.
So Microsoft is giving you for free for the next 1 year so that you can upskill on their on its products. So you need to make effective use of it. Okay, so the second question, please. So beyond just PowerApps, you can use it for Power Virtual Agent. You can use it to learn Power BI. So you have it. You have it here. If there is no other question, I think we can call it a day. So thank you everyone for joining. I hand over
Thank you very much, sir.
To Dr. Munir Idris. So you can over to you if you need to say anything.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so thank you, Vaido Ibrahim. Thank you very much for the session. So hopefully by this time of next week, we would have get ourselves, acquainted with some of the things you have shared, and then hope to have a much more fulfilling session next week. So let us join same time. Next week's session is going to start from 10 o'clock. So if we need to pass any information across, please watch out in the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
And then we'll, yeah, if you have any question too, maybe you can just drop it in the WhatsApp group. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, and you too. Bye. Quite interesting.